Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this tutorial, I will walk you through Azure Key Vault credential feature in Desktop Flow connection. I will cover detailed steps to leverage Azure Key Vault credential to mitigate the risk of storing static password in Desktop Flow connection. We will see how it addresses the password rotation policy that most of the organization follow. Let's start. We will start with Azure Key Vault credential for Desktop Flow. So Azure Key Vault credential is the central repository and the safest place to store credential used in automation. It retrieves the latest secret or password for desktop flow connection during flow execution time. Credential can be shared with makers or user with appropriate permission. Credential also support ALM as these are stored in Dataverse and accessed via environment variables. By retrieving latest password from Vault, credential support password rotation. Storing application password for web UI automation scenario are currently supported by CyberArk credential. We are expected to have same functionality with Azure Key Vault in future releases of Power Automate Desktop. The challenges of storing password directly in desktop connection are most of the organization follow password rotation policy as they are seeing storing static password as a security risk. We also need to take approval from infra team for static username and password approach. The approval process usually delays the implementation phase for automation processes. Suppose if admin changes the password, the desktop flow connection connecting to the machine becomes invalid and we need to either manually fix it or we need to involve support team for their assistance to handle those cases. It also create dependency on the support team. Now we discuss the benefit. So we can mitigate those challenges by using credential approach for desktop flow connection. Using credential desktop flow connection will not become invalid as latest password will be fetched from Azure Key Vault repository. This approach also support organization to follow password rotation policy. Other benefits are we don't require exceptional approval from infra team to exclude machine account from password rotation policy. It also eliminates the dependency on support team and reduce burden on them. Next come the prerequisite. So one obvious prerequisite is we need Azure subscription for storing the secret key in the Key Vault repository. Next, the Power Automate environment and Azure subscription should be on the same tenant. The other prerequisite is the resource provider in Azure subscription should be registered. So let me show you what is this. So you log into your um, Azure portal, click subscription, click your active subscription, and then scroll down to settings. You will see resource providers. Search for Power Microsoft Power Platform. You can see it is already registered. If it's not registered, then you will see this message not registered. So to register it, you just have to click register, button from the ellipsis menu. But here it is already registered, so we don't need to take this step. And the next and the last prerequisite is we should have appropriate permission to create and read secret in the Azure portal, as well as we have the appropriate permission to use those secret key in Power Platform environment. I will cover all those detail when I demonstrate the end-to-end scenario. So first we will create a secret key in Azure Key Vault. This secret key will contain the password of the machine account, and this account we will use in the desktop flow connection triggered from the cloud. So go to Azure portal, select Key Vaults. So I have already create a Azure Key Vault for this demo. Now, to add a secret under objects, you will get secret from the left navigation. Now you can generate or create a secret key from there. But before that, make sure that you are the administrator of this key vault. For that, go to access control and click role assignment and make sure that you are the key vault administrator of this key vault repository. So here I am already the key vault administrator, so I'm able to add secret key in this vault. So if you are not, then you can just use add role assignment, and from there you can add yourself or the the appropriate member in that role. So going back to the secret, so click generate button to add the secret manually. We will call it as robotic bot 01 secret, and we will, in the value, we will pass the password of this local machine account. Once this is done, just click create button. So this will create a secret in the Azure Key Vault. Next, to access this secret from the Power Platform environment, we have to grant the user the appropriate role. So for that, go to access control, click add role assignment, and search for key vault secret user. So this role uh, allows user to read the content of the secret. So by mean content, they were able to retrieve the password of the machine from this secret key. So select this role, click next, and one mandatory user or service principal to add here is dataverse. If you don't add it, you will face error when you add the credential in the Power Platform environment. So this is must. And we also add the maker who will create environment variable with this secret key. So let me add myself here. So click next, and finally review and assign button to grant roles to those users. Yes. So to cross check, go to role assignment, and you can see there are two users in key vault secret user. One is a service principal and one is a maker who will create credential in Power Platform environment. So our secret key is set up. Now we go to uh, cloud portal and create a credential. So now I am in Power Automate Cloud portal. So next step, we will create a credential here. If you cannot find credential in the left navigation, don't worry, click more and then click discover all. Scroll down and you will get a credential link. Click there. So we don't have any credential here. We will create it. Click new single credential, and the name is robotic bot 01 credentials for ammo. Click next. Then we are we will use this credential for connection purpose. So just click connection. So once you select connection, we will have two options. So we will use Azure Key Vault and click next. So next, we are using password based authentication. uh, I'm not covering certificate based authentication in this demo, so we'll stick to password based authentication. For username, let's create a new environment variable. So we will call it as robotic bot 01 local account. Okay, and this value is let's say this is the value. So this will create a text environment value variable for this credential. Yeah. So this environment variable is created. It is of text type. Next, we will create a secret or the password. So for password, we'll create a new one. We'll give a name robotic pod 01 local user PWD, short form for password. Then the subscription ID, the resource group name, the vault name, and secret name we will get from Azure Key Vault. So go to Azure Key Vault and click overview page. Now we have this subscription ID. Just copy and feed there. Subscription ID. The next is the resource group name. Copy the name. Now the vault name. So vault name, go to secret. This is the vault name. Just copy here and paste there. Paste in this text box. Sorry, this is not a vault name, but this is a secret name. So we will put that in secret name. For vault name, this is the vault name. Or if you are in overview, then okay, this is the vault name. Yes. So now you can see create new password button. Let's click this. Yeah, so both environment variables are created. So password environment variable is of secret type that stores the information of Azure Key Vault secret key. So let's save it. So once it is saved, you can pick the dependencies. So in the dependency, you can see it has created two environment variables. One is the username, another is the password. So let's see in the solution. Yes. So you can see there are two variables and one variable. The the account name, the username is of text data type, and let's see what is the data type of password. So it is a secret type, and the secret story as your keyword. All right. So now we have credential set up in Azure, oh sorry, in Power Platform, Power Automate Cloud Portal. We will create a cloud flow and call a desktop flow using this credential. Now I am in my flow tab where we will create a cloud flow, and this cloud flow will call a desktop flow using the credential we have just created. So I'm taking a manual trigger flow and then desktop flow, run a desktop flow with Power Automate. Okay, let's create a connection. So we will use robotic pod 01 cred connection. This is the connection name, and just use, because we are using username and password, so leave as it is. Then window 11 pro is the machine where this robotic bot account is a local account of that machine. Now to switch to credential, you have to click this button, and now you can see we have one credential we have just created for demo purpose. Just select this and click create new. So this will create a connection to that machine with the credential we have just created. So connection has been established. So we'll select demo flow to run in unattended mode. Yes, let's save and test it. Okay, let's test it manually. Robotic bot CRAD connection, continue, run flow. So we can see the unattended run from the machine tab. So let's go to more option, select machines, select Windows Pro 11, run queue. So demo flow is running. Let's click auto refresh. So the status of the desktop flow will automatically refresh using this option. Okay. So let's check the cloud flow. So it has ran successfully. So in the so now we will change the password of that account by logging into the machine. So I'm inside that machine and I'm going to change the password of local robotic bot zero account. So search for computer, go to local users and group. So here we have this local admin account. Let me reset its password. So I have entered the new password, and now let's log off to this machine. So now if we run this cloud flow, it should fail because it it should the connection should be broken because the password of the machine account has been changed. So let's run it. So you can see it is saying we have a issue with the connection. So uh, we will not edit the flow and make the correction. So what we'll do, we'll go to the Azure Key Vault C- repository and select the secret, and there in the secret we will put the new password, updated password. So I will create a new version. In new version I will enter the new password and I will create it. And now older version we can disable. No, and apply. So going back to this secret, so now the updated password we have changed directly into the secret key of Azure Key Vault. We haven't edited the flow to make the connection active. So let's go to this flow again. Let's try to run this flow. It takes some time to sync. So let's wait for some time. So after some time, let's try to run the flow. It takes some time to sync the Azure key vault secret value into the desktop flow connection. So after waiting for some minutes, I noticed that it is not giving any error. So let's run this flow. Let's check the machine, the desktop flow instance. So it is running. Yeah, there you go. So let's check the cloud flow. It is also ran successfully. So that's it. This is how we can leverage Azure Keyword Credential address the password rotation issue. I hope you have enjoyed this session. Have a good day. Thank you.
For more videos, please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.